January 31, 2001. The skies over Japan's Suruga Bay are clear, but a catastrophic sequence of errors is about to unfold. Two wide-body aircraft are unknowingly on a direct high-speed collision course toward each other. Japan Airlines Flight 97, a massive Boeing 747-400, has just departed Hana Airport for Okinawa. Climbing rapidly through the atmosphere, Captain Makoto Watanabe is responsible for the lives of 427 passengers on board. Meanwhile, Japan Airlines Flight 9988, a McDonnell Douglas DC-10, is cruising steadily at 37,000 feet. Inbound from South Korea to Narita, its 250 occupants are completely unaware of the looming danger below. Inside the Tokyo Area Control Center, a 34-year-old trainee controller is monitoring the airspace. As Flight 97 climbs to 39,000 feet, its flight path begins to intersect dangerously with the cruising altitude of Flight 9588. The airspace is heavily congested. The trainee suddenly realizes that two massive aircraft are converging. The radar screen warns of the impending conflict. To resolve it, he decides to instruct the cruising D-10 to descend safely. However, under extreme stress, he keys the microphone and makes a fatal slip of the tongue. Japan Air 97 descend and maintain flight level 305. Instead of lowering the DD-10, he has commanded the climbing 7047 to descend. Captain Watanabe on Flight 97 acknowledges the confusing command. Japan Air 97, descending to flight level 305D. Though puzzled by the order to stop their climb, aviation protocols of the time dictated that pilots obey AJTEA. As the 707 noses down, the Automated Traffic Collision Avoidance System, or TCAS, activates in both cockpits. In Flight 97, the synthetic voice blares, "Traffic, traffic, climb, climb," but the controller just commanded them to descend. Faced with conflicting instructions, Captain Watanabe relies on his training. At the time, Japanese aviation regulations were ambiguous about prioritizing TCAS or ATC trusting the human controller. He ignores the TCAS climb warning and continues descending. Simultaneously, aboard the D-10, Flight 958's TCAS sounds the alarm "Descend, descend." Having received no contrary instructions from air traffic control, Captain Tatsuyuki Akazawa immediately follows the automated command, pitching the D-10's nose down. The situation is rapidly deteriorating. Both heavy aircraft are now actively descending into the exact same airspace. The trainee controller stares at his radar screen in absolute horror as the two data blocks merge ever closer. Realizing his mistake, the trainee attempts to order the 777 to turn away. He keys the mic, "Japan Air 9007, turn right heading 130 OT. In his panic, he uses a non-existent flight number. Neither aircraft responds. The planes are now seconds away from a catastrophic mid-air impact. Over 670 lives are hanging in the balance. The supervisor at Tokyo Control realizes the trainee's catastrophic error and aggressively takes over. The supervisor urgently transmits, "Japan Air 97, climb and maintain flight level 390-30, but the command is fatally flawed. Flight 97 is already established in a rapid descent, and pulling up now would pitch them directly upward." To make matters worse, the supervisor's frantic transmission is stepped on by another radio call. The cockpit voice recorder of Flight 97 only captures a garbled burst of static. The crucial, life-saving instruction is never heard. Inside the 747, the TCAS alert becomes increasingly desperate. "Increase climb! Increase climb!" The pilots are desperately scanning the horizon, trying to visually locate the conflicting traffic through the scattered clouds above Suruga Bay. Suddenly, the D-10 breaks through the cloud layer directly ahead of the 737. It is growing larger by the millisecond, plunging downward on a perfect intercept trajectory. A terrifying head-on collision is now mere seconds away. Captain Watanabe reacts with sheer instinct. Abandoning the yoke's gentle inputs, he shoves the control column violently forward. The massive Boeing 7047 abruptly pitches into a radical, uncommanded dive, subjecting the aircraft to negative G-forces. Inside the 747's cabin, absolute chaos erupts. Flight attendants serving beverages and unbuckled passengers are instantly launched into the ceiling. Drink carts smash against the roof panels as the heavy jet plummets like a stone. The D-10 flashes over the top of the diving 747. The aircraft pass so closely that passengers in the DT-10 can clearly read the registration numbers on the 7047's wings. They clear each other by a terrifyingly thin margin. The official investigation would later determine the aircraft missed each other by less than 135 meters. Had Watanabe hesitated for even a fraction of a second, it would have been the deadliest aviation disaster in history. Captain Watanabe manages to recover the diving 7047. He immediately declares an emergency with Tokyo Control. "Tokyo, Japan Air 97, we had a near miss. We have injuries on board. Request immediate return to Hana." The aftermath inside the cabin is devastating. 100 passengers and crew are injured, 9 of them seriously. The ceiling panels are cracked and the aisles are covered in debris. The 747 limps back to Tokyo for a safe landing. Following this terrifying near miss, the International Civil Aviation Organization mandated sweeping changes. A new, unbreakable rule was established globally. In the event of conflicting commands, pilots must always follow TCAS resolution advisories over air traffic control instructions. The Japan Airlines near miss remains a chilling case study in human error and system design. It changed global aviation protocols forever, ensuring that automated safety systems are never second-guessed by human confusion in the desperate seconds before disaster.